Hello everybody, welcome back to Darius Bills. Today we're going to be talking about 5 things I hate about my Mazda 6. And probably not just my Mazda 6, but just the 3rd gen Mazda 6s in general. Let's get right to it. So number 5 on my list is the fact that I cannot get a 6-speed in my trim, which is the Grand Touring. So the 6-speed for the 2014s, 2015s, 2016, 2017, 2018s is only offered on the Sport and the Touring trims. I wanted another manual Mazda. I wanted my Mazda 6, my 3rd gen, my 2014, to be a manual. But it was also certain safety features that I wanted, like the MRCC. So ultimately, I chose the safety features over the manual transmission. And I would like to say one day I will own another manual Mazda, but the way they're going, it's going to have to be a project. Number 4 of the things that I hate about Mazda 6, and I think almost anyone that has any Mazda in their car can agree with this, with the 3rd gens, is the thin paint. My car has so many rock chips and paint missing. My front bumper feels like sandpaper. Probably the first quarter of my hood and both my fenders are paint chipped. Like the whole front end of my car needs to be repainted from the paint issues, and it seems like Mazda just painted just really thin for whatever reason. I'm not sure why, but it seems like a lot of these other cars don't have these issues. For instance, my wife's 2016 Kia Optima has 120,000 miles on it. Front end looks immaculate. She doesn't have paint issues on a Kia, but I have paint issues on my Mazda. It seems like the Soul Red has by far the worst paint chipping issues of all the colors on the 3rd gen Mazda 6. I think everybody can agree that the paint issues on these cars, the paint is very thin and it's lackluster at best. So if you drive it a lot, I would recommend you do PPF or some sort of ceramic coating to help protect it. Number 3 on my list, if you have a Touring with the tech package or if you have a GT, I think we can all say that the Bose speakers are pure garbage. They sound good when they sound good, but the speakers themselves are garbage. And I say that because, and if you have a Bose, if it hasn't happened, it's going to happen, but more than likely it's already happened, is that the surround separates from the speaker basket and then it starts to rattle. And you think your speaker is blown, but it's not blown. It's just that the water gets to the back of the speaker and it separates and then it starts to flap. I have repaired both of my front door Bose 9-inch subwoofers, and I've done videos on me replacing both of those. If you have a 3rd gen Mazda 3, 6, CX-9 that has the Bose, if it hasn't messed up, count your days because it's coming. Number 2 on my list, I think only applies to the 2014, 15, and 16, and I think they corrected this maybe in the 17. I know they did in the 18 and up. Is that for whatever reason, why do these cars not have USB ports in the rear? What in the 99 in the 2000 is going on here where you make a modern car but it doesn't have USB ports for the passengers in the back seat? But I believe in the 2017, 2018s, the USB ports are in the armrest. So it's kind of neat. But for us, early on users, the 2014s through I think 2016, 2017, that don't have rear USB chargers in the car, what is that? But I think I have found a solution. If you are one of the Mazda people who don't have USB ports in the rear that would like to have USB ports in the rear, stay tuned, because coming up soon, when I get my aftermarket USB ports in the mail and I figure out if I can actually install it and make it look clean the way I want to, and it should look very OEM-ish, maybe OEM-ish, I may have a solution for y'all. And it only cost me about $11 off eBay. And the number 1 thing that I personally hate about my Mazda 6 is the pure lack of aftermarket support for the car. In general, just in general, it doesn't matter. Anywhere you look at it, body kits or aero, you have MV tuning, you have sunrise tuning, you have robot craftsman if you want to be big money wide body boy. But you only have a handful of companies that make actual like fitted to the car like body modifications for it. It's a lot of universal stuff. That stuff doesn't count. But as far as stuff that's actually made and molded to the car, you only have a handful of companies. And none of them are located in the United States. So if you order them, like if you order from MV Tuning, you're getting charged crazy shipping. And then if we go talk about the small percentage of the Mazda 6 people who want to go fast, you have like two companies. You have VT Racing, which does the superchargers, and then you have Cork Sport that finally, after 4 years, released their turbo kit. And then that's pretty much it. You know, unless you're going out to a shop to do a custom install. You know, you have a few more for exhaust. I think you have Cork Sport, Borla, OBX, Tanabe, and there's another one I can't think of. But just in general for the car, you only have 5 companies in any area that actually makes products for these cars. And then within those companies, they may only have 2 or 3 options. So you have this platform where you only have maybe 10 options total to choose from, and they're pricey. They're pricey. Since you only have a certain amount to choose from, those prices reflect the fact that there's not a lot of competition in that field. If I was to damage my front splitter from MV Tuning on my car, I think it's about $280 just for the front splitter. So if you were to order the front splitter, the side splitters, and the rear fangs, right now you're probably looking at probably $600-700, and that's before paint. I think the only thing you can find stateside is like the add-on duct bill like I have. I think there's some US suppliers on eBay for the add-on duct bills, but like everything else is from overseas, overpriced. Shipping is overpriced. So if you're looking to modify these cars in any way and you're looking for a company that already makes something, get ready to pay. And then these cars don't have a lot of support from the owners. So you have companies, notable, reputable companies like Airlift, that's no longer supporting the Mazda 6, probably because of lack of sales. But even though those are things that I hate about my car, I love my car. I love the platform. I love the little community that I've met from this platform. A lot of cool people. Got a lot of assholes, mostly on Reddit. But overall, the community is awesome. Those are the 5 things that I hate about my 3rd gen Mazda 6. But I love the car. I wouldn't trade it for anything else. If I had to pick another car right now, I would probably pick another Mazda 6. Probably do a 2018 Signature with the turbo and that Napa leather interior. So thank y'all for coming to my Darius Bills talk. Maybe the next video I'll do what people on Reddit hate about my car.